Right, so it's finally time to try out some scraping, and I've been taking some measurements here, and it looks pretty good. Problem is that this one here is quite a bit higher than this one, so I will have to scrape this one down some first. Then I will apply some paint and try to get them flat. As far as it comes to parallelism, I think I will only try to get the width between them parallel. To get them like this parallel, I think that might be a bit too hard for me to start with. This is kind of a trial and error session, so I think I'll go with that. Down under here I placed this granite parallel piece that I have, and on top I placed a piece of cast iron to push it down straight against the granite. Might not be optimal, but I think it will do for me. As you can hear, I'm also warming up the spindle. I thought that I will make an adapter plate for the manual mill project out of aluminium. It will be made out of cast iron later when I'm done with the router, but I thought that it might be fun to make one out of aluminium and mount the spindle and see how it looks and if my design will work. So Mach 3 is actually ready to press cycle start, and this is how the part will look. I will mill down around here, and then there will be a piece here sticking up, and that piece will be in here so that this aluminium rests on top here of the cast iron. At least that's the plan. We will see if it will work or not, but let's press cycle start and hold the emergency button. We will see what will happen. I extended the stock quite a bit too much perhaps. The cuts aren't really made at a straight angle, so to be on the safe side I extended the stock a bit, but it was a bit too much. But I will let it run and do some scraping now. So I think I will remove the rails and start scraping, so be back in just a moment. So it goes forward, but pretty slow. The color is now pretty good distributed all over the length, but I have to work some more to get it a bit more even, like this, especially on this one. There's a lot of blue here on this side. The middle here is pretty good. Yeah, so it's just to keep on going. Alright, so now I milled out the hole pattern for this spindle adapter plate, and we'll have to drill the remaining aluminium out by hand, but it will be interesting to see if it will fit. So to mount this one didn't fit in the vise, so I simply took a piece of aluminium that I had left over and put some screws there, and then I could grip this smaller aluminium piece with the vise. So that was pretty handy. Good morning, YouTube. It's a new day, and this is where I ended up yesterday. This one is starting to look pretty good. Got some bluish color, kind of evenly distributed. This one here looks pretty good until here, but here I got a small problem, so I will have to work some more, perhaps 2 or 3 more scrapings, and then I think I will settle with that and try to mount a rail and see what the dial indicator will say. So I test fitted this adapter plate and it seemed to work pretty good. There is some gap down here, you can see, but I think it will be good enough. So what I will have to do now is that I will have to drill through the aluminium. You can see the small hole down there in the aluminium that I made on the router, or not a hole but pocket, and down here somewhere there is the holes for the green spindle. So I'll have to drill and tap those as well, and then I can probably test mount the green spindle. And yeah, I scraped one more time and it's looking better and better, but I missed some blue color here, so I think I'll have to scrape 2 more times, and then I think I'll be good, so I can test mount the rails and see what the dial indicator will say. It's starting to take some time now to scrape when having to go for all the small dots, so yeah, every scraping takes a bit longer of a time. But if it were to look something like this, I think it will be good enough for me. It's a 64 router for cheap money, so can't overdo it really. But yeah, I will continue, but I think I will drill the holes now and try and test mount the green spindle. I think that the way to go is to do some scraping and then do something else in between, and then come back and do some more scraping. Will get pretty boring to just stand and do it for hours and hours. But if one take a small break and do something else in between, it's not too much of a struggle to do one scraping and then do something else. And alright, so I decided to stop the scraping since I'm running out of time, but I could easily kept on scraping. But yeah, it does look pretty good like this, even though it's it's not a very good way of measuring. But yeah, I think I will bolt this one now onto the router and mount the new Z-axis and see what type of values I will get on the dial indicator when it's all mounted, and then perhaps I can use some of this one to perhaps trim it in a bit better. It is a 64 router, so no need to overdo it really, but of course nice to be able to get it as good as it can. And here we have the green spindle bolted down onto the adapter plate, and the adapter plate is bolted onto this red one here, and it worked just fine. There are some I don't know if it's possible to see it from here. Yeah, here you can see it. There are 4 screws from this side that goes into here, and then 4 from here and into there. So very simple. The only thing was that I milled out this contour, this inner contour of the red one, so that it will not just hang on the screws. I plan to take out some material here so that this green one will rest here on something, but that will be on the proper adapter plate that I will do later out of cast iron. But I think I will mount the manual mill together now with this aluminium plate and try it out. Really been looking forward to that. And yeah, this one is waiting to be mounted as well. Really looking forward to see what the router can do with a bit more heavy duty guideways. Problem is still that the table is a bit like this, so hopefully I can afford to buy a solid piece of aluminium sheet that I then can face mill if this one is straight and parallel. Then I would be able to face mill a solid piece of aluminium so that it would be pretty good, I think. But yeah, I don't know really if I will have the time to mount this one tomorrow or not. I'll have to check my schedule, but we'll see if upload a video or not. Otherwise it will be next weekend. And yeah, very welcome to subscribe, and please like and comment. See you and take care.